Ah, hello. Did you, by any chance, donate to the Volunteer Vampire Supply Blood Bank? I'm aware that it's an unusual question, but... Oh, you did? Oh, splendid. You must be the one I'm searching for, then. But... where are my manners? You may call me Val in this time period. And if you've not figured it out yet, I am, in fact, a vampire. Under any other circumstances, vampires would not be allowed to seek out any of their donors for the safety of all involved, but I used some rather unorthodox methods of questioning to obtain some very confidential data about you. Please don't tell anyone. I'm well aware of how strange this must sound to you. A stalker finding your name and home address over some blood you donated in good heart. And before I forget, I must certainly thank you for your service. In this day and age, it is illegal for vampires to draw blood from anybody without their consent. As it should be, of course. And proper blood donations are needed in hospitals. Any drop towards the VVs is more than appreciated by any and all members of the Vampire Society. And I'm well aware of how terrifying it must be to have somebody show up at your house after donating, and I'm terribly sorry for it. I cannot get enough of your blood. I tasted the small dose necessary to keep a vampire alive, as resources are sparse, but... Have you ever had a wine so good that anything else suddenly loses taste? When you find something so delicious, sweet and nutritional, anything else would feel like oil within your mouth. It is obvious what I'm attempting to say, is it not? Your blood, to me, is like liquid moonlight on a warm summer evening. It tastes like smooth silk and the most exquisite, sweetest wine. I believe I may never be able to consume any other kind of blood. I would rather starve to death than ever drink a drop of that filthy mud water ever again, knowing that pure heaven runs through your veins. And I truly apologize for confronting you without warning, and I completely understand if you need more time or wish not to, but may I ask you to become mine? All the riches I have acquired in these long years spent upon this earth could be yours. You may live in my castle if you wish, have balls and fantastic dances if you so desire. I could grant you immortality and infinite riches in exchange, but please, I cannot live another day without you. I humbly request, no, I beg of you, please join me. Be mine. I'll give you anything you may ever wish for and more. In exchange for a little blood every now and then, I'll make sure you will be kept in best health and mental well-being. Spend as much time with you as you wish. Prepare your favorite meals. Travel the world with you if you say the word. Anything for you. Oh, of course, take your time. I do suggest we get to know each other a little bit before you decide on such an important matter. Simply because I am passionate about something, or someone in this case, does not mean that the person reciprocates. Forgive me, darling, but I simply must have you. Oh, you're not frightened of me, are you? If I did spook you, I must sincerely apologize. I promise I'm not usually like this, but the thought of not having you in my life alone is filling me with an unease, and something I can only describe as possessiveness. quite uncommon for me. Simply seeing you here, taking in all your alluring scents, almost feeling the air pulsing with each of your heartbeats. Forgive me, but I have to contain myself. Otherwise, how would you ever agree to live with me, if this was your first and only impression of me? A bloodthirsty monster, unable to control themselves, unable to keep themselves under control. How would that look on me, on the vampiric society? But I simply have to have you to myself. That smell, the thought of your blood, your skin, your warmth. I cannot. Damn it, I must stay calm for now. Would you agree to spend a day with me? Any place you desire. I shall play entirely after your rules, and you may test me in any way to decide whether you would mind being with me for a while. Would that be all right with you? Yes, I suppose you could call it a date. It would. Oh, perfect. Do you have a cellular device on you? I will give you my number, and you shall decide when and where you would like to meet. You may also leave the choice to me if you prefer. In my time, I have gathered quite a few nice places to visit. All will be my treat, of course, so do not shy away from expensive places. What does this period call it? Sugar mummy? I would be more than willing to offer myself as your sugar mummy in exchange for your life, in exchange for your time, and some of your blood every now and again. Nothing you don't consent to, of course, but would it be too much to ask of a small sip for good measure? I apologize. I certainly am overstepping. You don't mind? Are you sure, my little lamb? This is a very different experience than having somebody shove a needle in your arm. And you barely know me after all. You have every right and reason to say no, and I would absolutely respect your decision. You're certain? You have no concept of how much this means to me. The drinking of one's blood is a very intimate process. Don't worry, my dear. The pain will be brief, and you likely will end up enjoying it. Oh, your skin is so smooth and soft. Its coloration and texture are simply a piece of art. That's it, what you are, my dear. May I? Good God, that's so good. Apologies for pinning you against the wall like this. Good God, this tastes even better when you have adrenaline rushing through you like this. That's it, my sweetheart. Just a little more. Please, just a little bit more. A little more. was so good. I apologize. I hope I didn't go too far. I told you it would be quite intimate. Seeing you flustered like this is almost making me want to do it again. My little lamb, you truly look too adorable to even be from this world. And I promise you, I'm not simply saying that to flatter you. Thank you for your service, my darling. And do not worry about any wounds. I'll lick up most of the blood, and due to my saliva it shall heal well quite quickly. If I did not scare you too much, would you still consider my offer? Take your time now, my little lamb. Think well on this decision, but I will not have the patience to wait for too long. I want you, and only you, my dear. And if I could not have you, there will be no promise of what I would or would not do. Rest easy now, and shoot me a message sometime soon, okay?